Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to another edition of Can't Wait Wednesdays here on the KB Radio Network. This is where we preview the upcoming weekend of new releases. How are we doing out there today? We have a lot of new releases this weekend, and I'm not going to prolong the time. We're going to jump right in. We have 5 new pieces of content. We have a couple of movies as well as a few television series that premieres this weekend, and all of them are interesting in their own right. None of these are the same as the other. All 5 are different in their own unique way. First and foremost, let's start off with a Disney franchise that is very, very popular, and I enjoyed the first movie. After that, we parted and went our separate ways. Nothing against the franchise. It wasn't enough for me to have interest in, to keep watching these films, because I'm not the targeted demographic for them. And that is Cars. I really enjoyed Cars, and the sequel, Cars 2, it wasn't received very well, and so on and so forth. I hear that the third one they made was better, but I never went back to watch it. But now, thanks to Disney Plus, we have a series that is going to premiere on Disney Plus Day rather, which is tomorrow, September the 8th, and it is entitled Cars on the Road. And this series, what piqued my interest with this, everybody's returning to their voice acting duties. We have Owen Wilson returning to voice Lightning McQueen, Larry the Cable Guy returning to voice Maynard. We also have Bonnie Hunt returning, Tony Shalhoub, Cheech Merritt returning, Jennifer Lewis, and many, many more. This series will follow Lightning McQueen and his best friend Mater on a cross-country road trip across the United States as they journey eastward to attend a wedding for Mater's sister. This series consists of 9 episodes, all of which are dropping on September the 8th, which is tomorrow, the time of the release of this episode. So it is something to, if you're a fan of this franchise, this is a continuation of the franchise. And it's something that it just piqued my interest. It's something I might just check out. I have nothing to lose. I have Disney Plus, so why not? I'll give it a look-see and see what's all going on in the land of Cars. So this Thursday, September the 8th, Cars on the Road, available on Disney Plus on Disney Plus Day. We'll see what all consists of Disney Plus Day, because normally they drop a lot of good information on Disney Plus Day. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting day altogether. I know Thor Love and Thunder will also be available on Disney Plus tomorrow. So if you didn't get the chance to check it out in theaters, it'll be on Disney Plus tomorrow. So that's exciting. I guess, because I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I it's watchable. I can't wait to watch it again. I'll watch it again, and maybe my opinion will change. We shall see. But moving on, from the kids, that's something for the kids and those with a kid at heart. Let's move on to something more adult. And this series, I don't know anything about. But I saw the trailer for it, and I'm a big nut for historical dramas, period dramas, if you will. I love shows like that. I don't mean like Downton Abbey. No, that's my wife's show. She watches Downton Abbey. I just couldn't get into it. But shows, I guess, more fantasy based, because Game of Thrones and Spartacus and what was that? Rome from years ago. Stuff like that. But this looks good. The Serpent Queen, which will be available this Sunday, September the 11th on Starz. And the star of this television show is Samantha Morgan, who not Morgan, Morton, who I really like her as an actress. I enjoy her and everything. Just sneaky, good actress who never gets talked about. And this looks like a meaty little role for her. And I'm just going by the trailer because I know nothing about this show. I know nothing about it, but it just looks amazing. And, the intrigue, political intrigue, it looks like that's going on. For those who don't know, if you're a fan of this show, you know that I'm a big Game of Thrones fan and stuff like that. I love political intrigue in television and movies. So this looks like it's going to be something like that. It just doesn't have dragons and White Walkers, but it looks interesting. So the Serpent Queen will be dropping this Sunday on Starz, September the 11th. So check it out. I didn't have anything to talk about with it, but it just looks interesting. So there's that. Let's move on. Moving on to the theater. And this is the only theatrical release I have for us this week. And, there's nothing else coming out, really. This is the only theatrical release this week that I saw, or at least I saw that had any interest. But this is a horror film. And I saw a little teaser trailer for this. And it was just, I don't know if it was a teaser trailer or just a clip or something. And it made me laugh in a sense because it was the young lady. She was standing by the door and it sounded like somebody was trying to get through the door. And she just looked at it and said, nope. It walked off. I was like, okay, finally, there's somebody in a horror movie that has sense. A black girl at that. So that added to it. But the name of this film is Barbarian. And like I said, it is a horror film. The premise of this film is a young woman traveling to Detroit for a job interview books a rental house. But when she arrives late at night, she discovers that the house was double booked and a strange man is already living there. After thinking about it and going against her better judgment, she decides to spend the evening, but soon discovers that there is more fear than just an unexpected house guest. This looks like a very grounded horror film, in the vein of Don't Breathe, films like that, like the Sam Raimi produced, early 2000s horror films that he was putting out, look like every year. It looks like that. And sometimes you just want to sit back and watch a dumb horror movie, just like you want to watch a dumb action movie sometimes. No plot really involved in them. And I'm saying that I haven't seen this film yet. It may have plot. It may tell a thought-provoking story in it. I don't know. But sometimes you just want to sit down and watch a stupid horror movie. And we'll see how this turns out. So Barbarian will drop this Friday in theaters September the 9th. And it is being distributed by 20th Century Studios. This looks good. Plus you have Bill Skarsgård in here, who we all know as Pennywise from the It films of a couple of years ago. So that should add to the creep factor as well. Moving on, we have a Pinocchio movie. And I know, like, man, didn't we just get a Pinocchio movie not too long ago? True. And to make matters worse, we're getting another one later this year. This isn't the last Pinocchio film we're going to get this year. But we're getting this Pinocchio. I don't know what's the big allure with this property. I mean, it's a boy who knows his grow when he lie. I don't know what's the big allure with it, but we shall see. We'll see how this turns out. This version is more the, I guess you could say, Disney-fied Pinocchio. Now, of course, being as though it's being dropped on Disney Plus, I would imagine so. But the one we're going to get later this year is coming from Guillermo del Toro, and it's going to be on Netflix. And I'm from what I've read up on it, it's going to be darker, a darker version of Pinocchio, which I don't know what that entails, but this is a real dark story when you really sit back and think about it. So it's probably more accurate to the source material. But this version, which drops once again tomorrow on Disney Plus Day on Disney Plus, is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who is one of my favorite directors of all time. I love Robert Zemeckis films, going all the way back to Romancing the Stone, all the Back to the Future films, Forrest Gump. The list goes on and on. We could do this all day, people. Forrest Gump. Robert Zemeckis is an iconic director. I love his films. Oh my goodness. Death Becomes Her. Man, look, let me stop before the dude is amazing, and he is directing this film, and it stars one of his frequent collaborators, Tom Hanks, who they work together on Castaway and Forrest Gump, of course. And it also stars Luke Evans, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Keegan Michael Key, and a multitude of others. But this looks really good. I mean, the trailers looks beautiful. Of course, the special effects gonna look great. Robert Zemeckis knows how to that man knows how to work special effects in film. I don't care if the film is not top notch, but it looks gorgeous. All his films looks amazing. He also co-wrote this with Chris Wise. Here's the premise. If you don't know the premise of Pinocchio, God help you. But in an Italian village, a wooden puppet Pinocchio is brought to life by the Blue Fairy and seeks the life of adventure while striving to become a real boy. And Tom Hanks plays Geppetto, so I'm very excited. It also is a musical as well. It has some musical elements wrapped up in here too. So hey, I'm excited. It looks good. You know, it's worth checking out. Once again, what can you lose? It's on Disney Plus. Just drop in and watch it tomorrow, September the 8th. Disney's Pinocchio. That leads us to the biggie of the weekend. And what more can I say about this show? This is the 5th season of this show. I'm thinking is either this season or next season is the final season. I remember they reported it. I don't know if they're going to do one more after this or is this it. But it doesn't matter. This one is here. Season 5 is here. We'll see if we get a 6. Cobra Kai. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the last season, but I can honestly say this, and this is somebody who enjoys this show. I hope this is the last one. I mean, if they give you another one, fine. But if this is the last one, I'm cool, because I think we kind of had milked this cow dry. It's been exciting. It has been a beautiful ride of nostalgia, going back to the 80s and experiencing, even though this isn't set in the 80s, but to get that vibe, you know, the 80s vibe that Karate Kid gave us, you know, one of the most definitive 80s films ever. It was fun. This was a fun ride. And to say that this started off on YouTube as one of their shows when they tried to have their own little streaming service, and for Netflix to swoop in and pick it up, and it becomes this juggernaut, is nothing short of miraculous, and it's been a fun ride. Cobra Kai has brought back so many familiar faces, so many actors from that film franchise that just blows your mind. Like, wow, they really came back to be on this show. Of course, we have Danny LaRusso. What's his real name? I can't remember his name. Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio. We have William Zabka, who I loved him in that first scene. His character, and that's the reason why I'm really starting to feel like they need to wrap it up, because his character has gone through a journey, has kind of changed, but I loved him from the in the beginning, and he's kind of changing, not for the bad, but it's not the one I wanted. I wanted the old version of him, but in any event, they brought back so many more. They brought back Creasy, brought back Chosen, they brought back oh my god, what's his name? Thomas Ian Griffin, that's his name, from part 3. And I loved his character in part 3. I liked his character more than I liked Matt Barnes, or is it Mike Barnes? Mike Barnes from part 3, the one who actually fought Danny LaRusso. But have no fear, he's returning this season to help out Terry Silver and taking down Danny LaRusso and Johnny and all the rest of Cobra Kai and everybody else, or Miyagi Joe. So this is going to be an interesting season. We have a lot going on. We have a lot going on where we left off from last season with Danny's son being a bully, and the young man that he bullied is now, I guess, turned to the dark side, and there's so much going on. But it is an exciting show, very, very fun watch. It is a fun watch. There's nothing here that is depressing. There's nothing about this show that's depressing. It's just pure fun. It's just sit down and enjoy the show. So Cobra Kai Season 5 drops this Friday on Netflix. Can't wait. This is weird because normally the seasons drop like December, right before the end of the year, or beginning, right at the beginning of the year, I think. But this go around, we're getting it in September, which is fine. I'm good with that. Not complaining at all. So you can check that out on Netflix, Cobra Kai. Whether it's the last season or not, I don't know. I guess we'll find out after we watch this season. Or I'll look it up and see. But definitely check it out. All right, so that's what we have coming out this weekend. We have Cars on the Road, Pinocchio, which is dropping tomorrow on Disney Plus, on Disney Plus Day, September the 8th. We also have The Serpent Queen, which is dropping on Sunday on Stars. We have Barbarian, which is coming out in theaters this Friday. And we have Cobra Kai Season 5 dropping on Netflix this Friday, September the 9th. So, everybody, which one are you excited for? Are you geared up for any one of these? I mean, you have a TV show or movie for whatever mood you're in. We have horror films, we have period drama, we have a musical live action version of a cartoon, we have a cartoon, we have nostalgia junkies, everything is here for you this weekend. Let me know by emailing the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. Also, look us up on social media. Just look up the KB Radio Network on all social media platforms. Whatever platform you're listening to, whether it's Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave those 5 stars and reviews. Help this show grow in the algorithm by giving those 5 stars. It helps the show grow, helps the show reach the eyes of others, which we are aiming to do. Also, you can share the show with all your friends and family by posting it on your social media. Let everybody know that you're listening to the KB Radio Network. Everybody, it has been an honor, privilege, and joy to speak with you today about all these good releases that's coming out this weekend. Hope everybody enjoy. Hope your week is going great. Hope that your weekend goes equally as great. Want you all to know, love you. Continue to love one another. And until we speak again, you all be blessed.